In this video I'm just going to show you how to create a grid design, a grid that's filled with a gradient or maybe a bevel, but it's a grid that's created using the pattern fill feature in the edit menu. And right, first thing I'm going to do is actually create a pattern, and for the pattern scripts it probably works best with a smaller pattern. So if you go like for something like 150 by 150, if you use something 1000 by 1000, depends on the size of course of the actual document you're actually creating, but if you're saying like 1000 by 1000, 150 by 150 is quite reasonable. And I'm just going to now go over to, and I'm going to use this tool to create a shape layer, and I'm just going to quick shape, and it's just going to be letter H. Now of course the actual grid design that's created in the end will depend on the initial shape. So there's that shape. Of course if you create a G or any other sort of design, it will look different in the end result. So just going to remove that. That's the key thing. I'm just going to remove that, so you've actually got transparency in the actual pattern. So it's got a, that's it. So I'm now edit, define pattern, click OK. Now go over to another document, and this is like I say 1000 by 1000, and now I'm going to create a new layer because I want the pattern fill to actually go onto a layer. I mean of course if you don't actually put that, this won't actually work, so it really does need a layer. And then go to edit and fill, and you want to select the pattern option here. That's the key thing, and the custom pattern, so I've got some early trial ones. I'm just going to select that one I've just created, that's that H, and now I'm going to use the symmetry fill. Now you can actually modify the script that's involved for this. It's a deco script. You can find them in the scripts, pattern script, deco script folder. So I'm just going to go with the default. Now click OK, and there you have it. You've actually got quite an interesting design straight away, very interesting grid and or a pattern. And now I'm just going to go to layer style and bevel emboss. So straight away you can actually give it a sort of three-dimensional, not too much, just a little bit. And now I'm just going to give it a gradient and a shadow. So I'm just going to go down there, and there you have it. Got really interesting grid design just quickly created using the edit and pattern fill option. Now it's just a layer, just a standard layer, which you can now change and modify, and of course you could use with other elements in your image. That's it. Hope you found this tutorial of interest.